Hi, Mrs. Norris here, and I just wanted to walk you through our next activity for our class. So, our assignment can be found in three different places. You can either look in the navigation bar on the left hand side under Assignments. It will likely show up on your to do list, or if you scroll down to Assignments, you can find it here. So, that's where I'm going to start. Our next activity is called the United States of America Mapping and Research Project. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And with this activity, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be mapping the 50 states of the United States, and then you're going to choose one of those states, not California or Washington, D.C., to research a little bit further. This activity is worth 100 points, and you'll be turning in a Google slideshow. So it's important for us to know about the states within our country because it's going to give us a better understanding of the people that are in our global community. So if we kind of have a better idea of, for example, where New York is, a little bit about that state, then if we come across somebody who's from New York, it will give us a little bit more of an understanding of who they are and what they are about. So you can see from the next sentence there, it says, if you were absent or maybe you don't understand the directions or need a refresher on how to do this activity, watch the video below. So after I'm done recording this tutorial for you, I will post it right in this area here so that if you are absent or you did miss a direction or maybe you need a refresher on how to submit a project, you can watch that video and it will help you. Okay, so we have a preview here of our activity. You can't do anything with this preview, so I just put it here so you have an idea of what to expect. But I'm actually going to go past it and scroll down to the assignment itself. So you should have something similar to this here. What you see on your screen, you should also see on yours. So I'm going to go ahead. You can see that there's a file attached to it, and then there's a button that says Open Assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and open this assignment here. Okay. And I'm not ready to submit it. I still need to do that piece. So before I do, I'm going to go ahead and click on the activity itself. And I'm going to walk you through now how to do this activity. So with this activity, again, to repeat myself, you're going to be labeling the 50 United States, and then you're going to choose one of the states, not California, because I did it as an example, and not Washington, D.C., because it's not actually a state, it's the capital of the United States as a whole, to research a little bit further. Okay, so here we have just our title. So please make sure you put your first and last name and your class period before you get started. Okay, and here are our 50 states and then our nation's capital. So you're going to use this map here that's on a link. I'll click on it in a second to help you label the states. And on slide number 3 here, we have a copy of the map. And on slide number 4, we have an enlarged version of the East Coast because sometimes this part is a little bit harder to label because the states are so small on the map. Okay, slide number 5 is the things that I'm going to be looking for on your slide about the states. And then I have an example of what I'm looking for as well. Okay, so let's go back up to the top to slide number 2. So we're going to be using this map here to help us to label the states. So you can see it's got all of the states labeled for us. So I already know where California is, obviously, because I live here. And I also know where Maine is because it is the easternmost state of the United States. So those are the two I'm going to show you how to do. So I'm going to go to my example and I'm going to find California. So California is right here. Now, California, Los Angeles is not the capital of California. It's just one of the largest cities within the state. So what you see is the name of the state at the top and one of its cities at the bottom. Okay, so I've clicked on the California state and I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to go to Edit, Cut, so it no longer is on my list and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I'm going to go back to my map on slide number 3 and I'm going to paste. Okay, and then I'm going to put it over California because I do know where California is, and then I can resize it if I'd like. And I can kind of move it around so it fits. Okay, so now I have one state done. All right. And again, I told you I know where Maine is, so I'm going to go ahead and show you Maine because Maine is going to be on my second slide here. Okay, so these smaller states, don't worry about trying to label on this big map. That's what you have slide number 4 for. So I'm going to find Maine, which is right here. I'm going to select, and then again, I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to go back to slide number 4 where my smaller states are, and I'm going to paste it. And then Maine is right up here, so I'm going to put it right next to the arrow pointing to Maine. Okay, so that part's pretty easy. Again, you're just going to use this map to help you to label your own maps. The larger states are here, and then the smaller states are here. You can resize and change the orientation of your state label to make it fit into the box. Okay, so now the second half of this is to choose a state from the list that I have here for you, and you're going to give me this information. You're going to include pictures here. And then for some interesting facts, the 5 interesting facts, I have some websites that you can use here. So let me show you an example. Can't do California. I've already done California. You'll have to choose a different state from the list. So you can see that if I look at so let's go to our list first. So here we have our list. And here are our 50 states. Okay, we're not going to do any federal districts. We're only doing the states. And then here's California. So a lot of the information that I'm going to need, I'm going to find just in the right-hand column over here. Okay, so I don't need to really look any farther. I don't need to really read anything because all of that information is here. Okay, so going back to my example, I want to find the things that are listed here, including 2 living insignia. So these are 2 symbols of the state you've chosen that are living things, and then 2 inanimate insignia. So 2 symbols of the state that are inanimate. They don't have a living characteristic. Okay, so to find those, you can see they will actually use those words, living insignia and inanimate insignia. Okay, so I've already started this by labeling the majority of this, but I did want to show you how to find the pictures without having to go any farther than Wikipedia. I don't like using Wikipedia for information, but it's actually pretty good for images. So I've done most of the work here. I still need to have my state seal, and I still need to have one more inanimate object. So I've got all the other things that are on my list here. The reason why I've chosen to do my slides in blue and gold is because the colors of California are blue and gold. So that's why I chose those. That might be something that you want to do for yourself as well. Okay, so I still need the seal. It's very easy to get a image from Wikipedia. So here's the image that I want to use. And so all I'm going to do is hover over that picture. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to copy the image. So it's very simple. Again, I'm just going to right click and then copy the image. So now it's saved on my clipboard, and I'm going to go back to my slide, and then I'm going to paste it and resize it and move it to where I want it to be. Okay, and then anything I want to do to move this, I can if I select 3. So if I click on 1, hold the shift button, 2, 3, it will, and I want to move those 3 objects at the same time, I can do that. Okay. Now the other thing that I want to do is I need my one more inanimate object. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my list, and I've already chosen gold as the mineral. Okay, so now I'm going to choose surfing as the sport. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the link for surfing. I like this picture best for surfing. Obviously, it's a very pretty picture. So I'm going to, again, right click on the picture, copy the image, and then go back to my slide and paste. Okay, now it's pretty big. I don't need the pictures of the windsurfers in the back. So if I double click on the picture and I get these black cropping tools, I can make it a little bit smaller. And then if I just click somewhere over here to get rid of the cropping tool, then I can resize my image. And I want it to be about the same size as my other pictures here. Doesn't have to be exactly. And then I'm going to make sure that it lines up. So I'm using my the red lines as guides to help me. Okay. And now these are all, you kind of want to make your stuff uniform, meaning everything is the same. So since everything is bordered with this gold border, I'm going to do the same here. So I'm choosing the same color and the same width. Okay. And then if I want to use the same text box, I'm just going to click on the text box one time. So click on it once and then copy, paste, and move it over. Again, using my red lines as guides to help me. And then I'm going to change the text to surfing, or just surf, or surfing is actually better. And I'm going to change the size of my text so that it fits as one word. Okay, so now I have a complete activity. Everything, I've included everything that's on my list here. I've got my examples down here of interesting facts that I found about the state of California. So now that I'm done, I'm ready to submit this. So again, I will repeat, we're not going to share this document. So you're not going to share the document with me, okay? You're not going to send it to me in an email. You're actually going to go back to the assignment in Canvas. So I'm going to go back to the assignment in Canvas and I'm going to click on the submit button. So again, please do not, I repeat, do not try to share the document with me or send it to me in an email or do anything with your Drive. You're going to come back to Google Assignments and submit with the blue button. Okay. So again, if there are any questions about what I've explained to you, if you forgot something that I said, or you need a refresher about the instructions, if you go back to the assignment itself, this tutorial that I'm giving you right now will be posted up at the top here, and you can watch it at any time. Again, if you need a reminder of how to complete the activity, if you need a reminder of how to find the activity, or if you need a reminder about how to submit the activity. Okay.